Hello everybody, this is the long-term video. I did a short just a few minutes ago. It's uploading. This is the long-term. So, like I said in the short, we're using recycled eggshell cartons for the pepper plants. We're doing the pepper plants tonight. With 100% coco coir. There's no nutrition. It gives moisture and content to the seedling. Your seedling should look like as follows. And I am going to try to get this the best I can. Okay, should look like as follows. So you can see there's roots, there's top ends. This has been brewing for a couple weeks now. By brewing, germinating, sprouting, But we're only going to do one out of the 3 egg cartons. I have 2 more right here that I got ready. We're also going to use 4-inch like plastic cups right here. What we did is we put holes on the bottom, 4 holes to let the water drain, so it has good drainage. Again, 100% coco coir. We will add nutritional factors once the plants get established. We don't want to burden the roots. We don't want to make them too heavy. They're young. They need to feed on light stuff. But eventually, yes, you don't want to feed them with the heavy stuff. It's kind of like God sharpening us in everyday life. We start out with little doses, and then he gives us stuff that he knows we can handle. Same thing with these guys. I learned it from the best, Jesus. He taught me for many trials and errors. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Welcome. Okay, here we go. Always make sure your knives are properly stowed so you don't injure yourself or people around you. Excuse my little bit of a mess here, but I'm hoping that it twisted because it got dried. But it should be like that. We are going to water this down. The reason I'm doing these as well is because there's more content, more water that won't, it'll take more time for this to evaporate, where this is so shallow, I'm afraid it'll dry out much quicker. So we're going to do a couple in here, because what we can do is just break these off, put them into there. But we're also going to do about 3 in each one of the bigger guys. And again, all you have to do, put these guys to the side. They still very nice right over there. Just very carefully open up your utility knife. Cut right on the edge. Just a little slot. Go about 1 inch away. Cut again. Cut again. And you almost want it to be right on that ridge. That way, when you turn it upside down, or right side up, it has perfect drainage right to the bottom. It won't pool, it will actually all drain right out. And that's what you want. You don't want stagnant water. That causes bacteria and buildup, which we don't want because they're babies. And by the way, the corn are coming up. They're almost a 1/2 inch tall. The Indian corn that I posted before. So stay posted about that. I think God's doing many great things. In fact, I know he's doing many great things. I'm not talking about the corn. He's changing lives. So again, I make sure it's nice and full. So I got 3 here and this. Now let's start planting before these guys dry out. Excuse me, I got the Bible over there. 1, 2, 3. So ever so gently, we're going to put this right here. We're going to put this right in front of us, right about here. Maybe I'll zoom you in just a little bit closer so you can actually see what's going on right here. Okay, so right here is where we're working. Okay, so these guys are very vigorous, But we want to make sure that we don't snap the root system. Okay. Now look at that. We got two right there. But quickly put them into the moist soil. Make sure your coco coir or whatever medium you're using, propagational medium, is in fact moistened before you start any of this. Make sure they're completely covered. Just like that. You want a good healthy amount. Sorry. So now that you know how to take them off the pad, we place them in and we put a good healthy amount on top. And we're going to do that for a couple going down. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the best angle for you. There is a lot of seeds here. We did not need to sprout this many. Because I feel like we're going to waste some. So again, right there, place into the soil. Cover, make sure it's moistened. We are going to water this again. See how you can't see any of it? You want it to burst through. Perseverance gives you endurance, even for a seedling. I actually just read it in, I believe, the book of James. You see that one snapped? But I'll use it because I know not all of these will survive. And this is January 1st. Happy New Year's, by the way. So this is the perfect time to start your peppers and next month your tomatoes. If you're going to put them out in the garden upstate New York, start them now. So sprout them December, but plant them January. Because the more time they get to establish and grow, the better they will be. And again, these are not for me. They're jalapeno peppers, so they're for my cousin and the family up there. I just, like to grow them. I don't know if okay, you can see that. And then you see how I'm just going to cover it like that. Again, if you need to, you can just put a little bit more on top. You want to make sure they're moistened. We got, as you can tell, so many right here. So basically, you put them into like that. Now I'm just going to remind myself how many more I got right here. Okay, so I put 6 there. And I'll do 1, 2 right there. 1, 2. And I only went to my first knuckle, maybe an inch, if you can see that. So, and what we'll do in this case, this will ensure that they don't dry out because they're, and then you just, see the seedlings right there. Just cover it, do the next one. And we got so many seedlings to choose from. It's not like, okay, let's pick and choose here. Okay, right there's another seedling. So, and these were grown in a greenhouse with only jalapeno peppers. So I think it's safe to say that there's an 85% chance that these will be jalapeno peppers. There's always that 15% chance they could be another type of pepper. And then so on and so forth. So that's, so the next step after that, let me get my glasses back on here. Got cats, so I have to be careful and quick. The next step, I will show you one of each. Okay. Is we will take these into the watering room. Oh, this is great. Okay, so I'll put them right there. No, I didn't plant them all. I'm just showing you. Okay, right there. One moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the two different scenarios. When it comes to watering, I'm just going to use a bottle of water. You could poke holes in it. That would help. Actually, that would be your best way. That would honestly be your best way. So one moment. There's the bottle of water. One moment. So with the knife, just poke some holes in the top. Okay. See the holes? And now, just douse them with a good amount of water. Just like that. You see that? Maybe you can't see that. Maybe I have to get closer. And a good healthy amount. Just really let them soak in, really. Put a catch tray underneath them by a sunning window. They get to about 6 hours of light. Same thing with the big guy. Remember, it's pre-moistened. So just a good heavy watering, because you don't want to water them too much. And any extra water will come out the bottom, or will exfoliate on the bottom, as you can probably already see. So, with that being said, once they're about 2 to 3 weeks sprouted out of the soil and they have their second set of leaves, I'll show you what to do next. That's where you're going to want to add nutrition and space to the soil content. That's where you're going to want to up your your nitrogen, your phosphorus, but not too much. Just enough to give them that boost they need, but not too much to where they're swaddled and. So, anyways, have a good time propagating with seeds. God loves you. Gourd out. Bye.